Okay, so I am here to give you a little bit of context. So we're about 2 weeks in working with Dhara, and this is where she's checking in. So you're going to hear from her in a second. But to give you some context on where we are, so we started off with the 2-day intensive, and starting from there was her 30-day challenge. Which for her was to create some kind of piece of art or drawing every day. And just right away, I could see her really going for it. So like even in like the very first day, I was like, oh, she's gonna have some really interesting stuff coming up with this. So I was really excited to see what was gonna come from her. She's had a combination of things that include images from her culture and kind of like art and style from her culture. She's had some fashion pieces that she has sketched out or drawn, some pieces that are definitely like anti-establishment, anti-patriarchy, so some political pieces. And I can see in the art that she's putting out that she is sharing of herself. You know, she's sharing something that is not only important to her, but something that is important to for people to see. Like what she has in her that she has been stifling, that she hasn't been putting forward in her art, is something that these are powerful things that, you know, the world can benefit from. So she's going for it, even though she's not necessarily like sharing it with other people or sharing it with the world. You know, she is going there with her own art. So now you're going to hear from her and hear what she has to say about her experience of the first 2 weeks and some of the things that have been triumphs for her and some challenges and some general thoughts.
Okay. Hey everyone, this is Dhara. Just doing my 2-week reflection and check-in here. So my task is to draw or create some type of artwork every single day. I've been drawing a wide variety of things stemming from both like art that is typically found in my culture, like henna drawings. I'm really into modern fashion, and bringing in elements of Indian culture into that. So I drew some clothing. My partner and I, painted a kind of like a landscape. We did like a couples painting course and we didn't like what they had, so we decided to do our own thing, and we drew an elephant, and he had the Chicago skyline as a background, and I had the Taj Mahal, and it was really cool. I've done a couple of like fuck the patriarchy type of work as well, and fuck capitalism, that sort of stuff. So there was a lot of anger in my drawings I was finding, but not like, I don't think misplaced anger, and it kind of came out in a very productive way, so that was cool. I think one of the successes that I had this week was, or my biggest gain or triumph that I've had this week was I've been able to like let go, kind of, if I'm good or not good at something. And I'm saying kind of because as I think about it, it's like, okay, I let go to an extent. Probably I didn't care as much as I typically would, but did I actually let go completely on if I'm a good artist or drawer or whatever or not? Like, no, totally not. Like the whole time Eric and I were painting, I was comparing my painting to his. And I know that that is something that has held me back previously, is like the fear of just not being good enough for why I decide to not engage in any sort of creativity in that realm at least. But I have let go a little bit, and you know what, baby steps, so I'm gonna call that my gain and triumph. The biggest struggle or challenge has definitely been not judging myself for a lot of what came up in the last couple sessions. So what I mean by that is we had talked extensively about how like some of my behaviors and some of the decisions that I made in the past has led me to being not the most authentic version of myself, and I've been examining how that has permeated in different aspects of my life, specific moments coming up, a lot of what ifs coming up, and it's been a struggle to not judge myself, and it's been a struggle to forgive myself for making those decisions for sure. And that struggle has definitely like weighed me down and carried me to the point where like there was this one point I was in my car on my way to work and I just felt so shitty just thinking about all of it. And I was like, I have to let go of this feeling. Like, I have to forgive myself. I have to move on. I have to make better decisions. Like, it's just something has to change. I cannot keep feeling like this. So that was a turning point. But it was, you know, I still go down there. So it's been a challenge. I've learned a lot about myself, and I've already taken a couple of steps to kind of combat some of those. But I don't know, the realm and the mode that I've been in lately is just like feeling the weight of my decisions and the weight of my past weighing very heavily on me. So I'm excited and I look forward to working with Kristen some more. She's been an amazing support and has been talking me through things. And when I say something that's like, oh, were you just judging yourself? Like she calls me out, which is awesome, or calls me into a conversation about that, which is awesome. So I am looking forward to what we're going to be doing next because I cannot keep feeling like this. All right. And with that, goodbye.
One of the things that surprised me is that she actually started sharing her art like right away. And this was a surprise because the reason she was working with me was because one, she wasn't doing her art, and two, she had like judgments about her art and a little bit of fear about people judging her and her artwork. And so for her to not only step into creating even these like small pieces, well, one of them wasn't small because she did a painting with her partner, but like some of these small pieces, but then to share that with people was that was a step I was going to have her take later, that she just like within a few days she was already doing before I had even said anything. I've noticed some judgment, but I've called her, I've brought it to her attention, and right away she's just like, oh yes, okay, I can see what I'm doing here. And so I can see that she is creating a little shift, and in the conversations that we've had, she's sort of noticing things that she probably hadn't noticed before. And that's really how the first 2 weeks tends to go is we have the intensive, there's a lot of layers that are peeled away, and then right after that is kind of like this continued exploration of like, oh, now that I'm back in my life, what is showing up in my life, you know? And you kind of need that time to just sort of see what's showing up now that you have this awareness of like your habits, of your patterns. Now you're kind of in this space of exploring like, well, where is this really showing up? How is this showing up in ways that I didn't see? And that's some of the things that she's going through in the first 2 weeks. So it's been an honor to witness and an honor to be part of it and to support her through it and to guide her. And I'm just actually really proud of the work that she's done so far and the steps that she's taken, and the way she's really like leaned into exploring deeper and not running away from like the negative feelings that are coming up for her. You know, not running away from like the thoughts and the things about even places where she's still judging herself, she's still facing it. She's not ignoring it. You know, she's seeing it and she's learning how to face it and forgive herself and kind of let go and move on or move forward from there from a place of like learning. And she's not just like, okay, I'm just going to ignore that and busy myself with other things. So she's doing really good.